On today's Worship Leader Wednesday episode, we're going to talk about how often to introduce new songs and when you should maybe let them die. This video is actually in response to a comment in our last video. We love it when you guys comment. We love the discussions that happen in the comments in these videos. And this was a great question posed by MSG Flava.
MSG Flava.
MSG Flava.
Pretty sure that's illegal in several countries.
MSG?
MSG. Monosodium glutamate.
Yeah, but it makes it taste so good. It is Flava. All right, here we go. Here's the question. What is your policy on the frequency of introducing new songs to your congregations? On the other side of the coin, do you have a shelf life for songs before they're dropped from your team's catalog? Thank you for that. That is a great question.
It's a great question, yeah. I don't think there's a policy. Policy is kind of a strong word to use. I think it's really subjective. But I will say this, over the years, I've started to do a lot of research and really through conversations, through just different adventures with volunteers, there's this kind of underlying theme sometimes with musicians and worship leaders that you get sick of songs, right? So before we say anything, I want to encourage you out there to get past this idea that you're sick of a song.
Yeah.
Because just because you're sick of a song or I'm sick of a song doesn't mean you should get rid of it.
Right.
Because what happens is this: most people only go to church 1.4 times a month.
That's the average.
Right? So if you did the same, if you took song A, let's say it's, I don't know, How Great Is Our God,
yeah.
Right? If you took How Great Is Our God and you did it 4 weeks in a row, most people will have only heard it one time.
One or maybe two.
And if you did it 8 weeks in a row and they came consistently, they may have heard it twice.
Yeah.
How sick of a song are you after you've heard it the second time? Almost not at all. A matter of fact,
over a span of 2 months.
Yeah. So let's say you do it every week for 6 months. Okay? Now that's overkill.
That's pretty extreme.
But if you did that song every week for 6 months, the average person may have heard it 3 or 4 times, right?
Say twice a month.
Twice a month. Let's say twice a month.
So they've heard it 12 times in half a year.
Exactly. And they're just now, starting to get to know it. Because they're not driving around listening to worship music. Most of them don't have Chris Tomlin playlists like we do, right? They may have heard it if they listen to Christian radio. Yep. Probably not. So the average person, they're just starting to enjoy this song. Yeah. And they're starting to like the song where your staff, your band, your drummer wants to kill you.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay, I think we're done with this song. Well, guess what? Then the same people are asking this question: how do I get my congregation to engage?
Oh, gosh.
How do I get people to sing?
Yeah.
Well, here's how. Do songs they know. And so we've got to get past this mentality of, I'm sick of a song. And you have to really start asking yourself, is this a song the congregation's grabbing onto? Because just when they're vibing it and just when they start singing is often when we go, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to do this song again. So we have to realize that we have a job to do. And our job is to serve the congregation. It is to serve the people of God. So before we answer that question, I just wanted to get that off my chest and just encourage you. I feel a lot better. And here, you want to multiply that?
Oh boy, here we go.
What if you have 2 services on Sunday?
Oh, no, okay.
What if you have 3 services on Sunday plus a rehearsal? You've done that song 10 times this week.
Yeah.
Plus, the good thing is that you don't have to practice it anymore.
Most of the people in your church may not have heard it yet.
Nope.
So a few things about this topic. When it comes to adding new songs and how long you sing songs, I think as far as the churches I've been involved with, every church is going to have a different, we mentioned that up top. Every church has a different culture and the style of music you play. Like, for example, I grew up going to a Mennonite Brethren church. And we had a hymnal.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the church had those hymnals as long, the Hundreds. 18 years that I was there.
Yeah.
And so we sang out of that hymnal, so those songs never went away.
No.
And we never added new songs to them. Now, we would do songs sometimes where we would do some newer songs. We'd add new songs. But, every church is going to be different. Especially if you're in a more traditional setting, you're going to have songs that you've probably been doing since the inception of your church. And I don't think you should stop doing those.
But, who's going to say, hey, I think we should stop doing Amazing Grace. I'm sick of that song.
I'm not.
Or How Great Thou Art.
Yeah.
Who's going to say that? That'd be crazy.
Yeah. But, in a more contemporary setting or a more modern setting where you do a lot of new songs all the time, it is good to come up with a rhythm, not doing too many too fast. And just, I think you can just your congregation just never knows the words to the songs because you sing so many. But it is important too. The Bible even tells us sing a new song. It's in Psalms.
It's important to think of the congregation.
Yeah.
That should be the number one thing. And it's not wise to just constantly do new stuff.
Right.
Because people don't know it.
So for a church, like our church, for example, we do a lot of contemporary. We add new songs to our list regularly. What is sort of our formula for how often we add a new song?
Yeah, so typically when we add a new song, the first thing we do is make sure the weekend we add a new song, we're doing classic songs. So
the rest of them.
Yeah, so if we do 4 songs, 3 of those songs are going to be songs that we're quote unquote sick of, right?
Yeah.
Those are the songs that we know the congregation is going to sing. Then we throw that new song in there, and then the new song doesn't feel as new.
Yeah.
Or it feels more new and fresh because it's so different. So we'll do a song, and then typically we'll do it 2 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. We'll take a week off, and then we'll do it sporadically over the course of the next couple months.
Okay.
Now I will say this: the first time we do a new song is critical.
Yeah.
Because depending on how that song lands, we may never do it again.
Right.
Typically, we try to give it 2 chances,
Sure.
right? I will say this, a tip if you're going to introduce a new song, spend a lot of time at rehearsal nailing it. Mm-hmm. And so often for us, and this is another reason we do a new song with classic songs, if we do a new song and then we're doing 3 other songs that we've done a million times, at rehearsal, we might not even practice those other songs. Yeah. We may devote all or most of rehearsal just to the new song. Yeah. Because there will be a difference, no matter how good your band is, there will be a difference between the song they've all played 20 times and the brand new song they're going, what's this song called again? How does this melody go? What key is this in? Yeah. And so it's important that when you do put forth a new song, make it good. And a lot of times, like Reckless Love, first time we ever did it, we're like, we're keeping this one. We just knew right away, man. People grabbed onto it. People were singing it. There have been other songs we've done where you do it and you're like, I'm never doing that song again. Yeah, there have actually been times where we've done a song and actually cut it before the next service because it bombed so bad. And not necessarily because of the execution, it just didn't feel right. Yeah. Because every church has a sound, and there are songs that work at our church that will not work at the next church. Yeah. And there are songs that work at the next church that will not work at our church. And so you just got to try stuff out.
So that was when you decide to do a new song, how you do it. How often do we add a new song to our set?
Man, that's
to our list of songs then.
So I think it goes through seasons. There was a season a few years ago where all of the worship leaders at our church just said, man, we need some fresh music. Yeah. And so we aggressively brought in new stuff.
Like once a month?
We would every week we were doing a new song.
Every week.
Yeah. We spent about a year where we basically purged our entire song library. Mm-hmm. And we added, I'd say, about 40% new stuff over the course of about 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for a good rule of thumb, I've always thought one new song a month is a good sort of
I say rhythm. That's the minimum. I say one new song a month is a good just do it. Rhythm. Just do that. If you're not doing that, go ahead and start doing that.
Yeah.
But if you come across a song where you're like, oh, we got to do this song, then throw it in. But just make sure you don't find yourself in a place where you've got 4 songs. 2 of them are kind of new. Yeah. 1 of them is brand new, and then 1 nobody likes. So don't make a set like that.
Nobody's going to sing that week.
Don't make a set like that.
Okay, so how did we decide what songs to get rid of? And then how do we get rid of them?
That's good. So this is tough. What we did and what you can do is it's kind of fun. You if you have PCO or something, you have they've got all your songs on a database.
Planning Center Online is.
We have about 8 worship leaders, because of our campuses and stuff, and some other staff. So what I did is I basically told everyone, you get 2 songs that you can kill.
So you could do this,
no questions asked.
You could do this with maybe your senior pastor.
You could get your pastor. You could get your student pastor. You could get some of your drummers and musicians. Yeah. Get some of your music. Make it fun.
Give them 2 songs.
Just say, hey guys, I'm giving you. I maybe start with 1 if you. I'm giving you 1 song you can kill.
Yeah.
But I get one veto.
Okay.
I get one, as the worship arts pastor, I get one veto.
Got it.
So if someone decides they're going to kill Glorious Ruins, I'll be like, no, we're not.
No.
But, you know, what this does is it hurts a little bit because they're going to be songs you like that other people are going to be glad to get rid of. And so you just got to let it happen. Yeah. Because the reality is this. I mean, we fall in love with these songs, right? But there's so much great new stuff out there.
Yeah.
That is just awesome. So, now, one of the things I do tell people, hey, if you're going to kill a song, recommend a new song as well. So, you know, you go through, you kill the songs. If you have 100 songs, I would pick a number. Like, we want to get it down to 30.
Yeah, that's a different video for a different day.
Yeah.
How big is your song catalog?
Oh, yeah. But you got to have a target because otherwise you'll drop like 5 songs and it won't make a difference.
Yeah.
You got to like rip the Band-Aid off. You got to be like, hey, listen, we right now do 50 songs. We're going to cut it down to 15.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 35 songs that you probably love. It's hard to say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
But, you know, they'll come back eventually. So.
Yeah. And I think you should have a discussion, too, about how does the congregation respond to this song.
Yes.
And if it's a song that they love, it may be one you want to keep in your back pocket. You know?
We have a couple songs that many of our staff people just don't like the song.
Yeah.
But they openly admit, like, the congregation loves it.
Yeah.
And so we got to keep doing it because it's really about serving the congregation. It's not our musical preference, right? It's serving the congregation.
And I'll say this too, it's fun to every once in a while do a throwback.
Yeah, pull one
so
back
every
in
once
there.
in a while, like I think From the Inside Out is not in our current set
That's a
list,
good one. I can do that right now. Yeah.
But we did it not too long ago,
Yeah.
and it was just like everyone was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's some of those songs that are just great songs.
It's fun
they
to
never
bring
die.
one back
that
you may have killed before.
Yeah, maybe try to do a different version of it too when you bring it back.
You never know. And now to close this video, Fuller and I have written a lament to all the songs that you're about to kill.
Consider it a memorial service.
Yes. This is a song that's